Hi, everybody. It is Thursday, August 26th, and I'm going to try to explain to you guys kind of what's going on as far as the big picture is concerned. Um, it, I'm not even sure if I should be even almost telling you this because it's kind of a spoiler alert in some ways. Um, what it is, um, as we know, the bad guys had a lot of stuff planned for us, a lot of bad stuff for us. They were trying to kill a lot of us off because it's all about control with them. We're being farmed, we're being used, we're being played constantly. So since since the good guy operation was put into action, let me put it that way, sort of whether it's boots on the ground, you know, hundreds of thousands of us here, as well as, which is, I know this is kind of hard to understand, but it's basically off planet help as well. But since we've been working together and going ahead with this freedom operation, I think a lot of the decision making has been based on trying to wake people up, and it's it's almost like capitalizing on this situation we're in right now to make sure that it becomes a lesson that we learn. And that's why you hear phrases like "where we go one, we go all," that type of thing. Because I mean, it wasn't just. This isn't like a. In some ways, it is, but this is almost kind of like a test or something that we're kind of all going through, and a lot of us that picked up on it, we go, "Whoa, okay, we get it." We're passing the test because we're like, okay, we're finding out, okay, we're being played. Stay away from this, don't do that. Now we can see their plans, and we're going to avoid it, whatever. Okay, that's fine and everything, but that's not really helping the masses. So in other words, okay, it's cool that a bunch of us picked up on it and we're learning from this, and we're not going to get fooled by this, all that stuff. But um, and I've kind of explained this before. It's kind of a matter of if let's say you got in trouble or something, and your dad just bailed you out or something and paid for the damage that you did or something. Let's say you broke something, whatever. It's not much of a lesson there because if you realize you're always going to be bailed out and someone else is going to fix your problems, you're not going to really learn a lot from it. So kind of what we're going through right now is it seems like everything's really really terrible because whether you guys realize it or not, and that's why I'm kind of doing a spoiler alert a bit here, is the good guys that are helping us, including us too, that are participating as, have got this under control. It just doesn't seem like it because what it is we are letting things roll out to show. Like I said, it's mostly about the sleepy. So like that's why I'm not worried at all. I know how this is going to end, and like I said, I'm very very positive because I know this is when we come out of the other end of this test that we're going through, it's going to be really really awesome. But uh, so what they're doing is they're kind of letting it look like the bad guys are still in control and they're still rolling out all these bad things that they were had planned. But as you can imagine, the good guys are onto it, and they've been taking the bite out of all this. And I know I've told you guys about this before in other videos, and everything, but that's literally what's going on. Is I mean, one thing I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but for instance, all the supposed hurricanes that were coming in, so it looks like it was going to be really really destructive. Then it's just kept on being downgraded to a small storm, basically a tropical storm or something. That's an example of, for instance, they know that there's weather manipulation and they were trying to do these destructive hurricanes, but the good guy stepped in there and downgraded it. Same with, for instance, this flu season. It was supposed to be really, really, really bad, but they've downgraded it to just kind of like a regular flu. So obviously, if you're in bad health, it was going to affect you the same way or not. So there's that going on. Um, there's a lot of stuff going on, you guys. I'm not sure how much I can tell you, but anyway, the example they told me to tell you is, uh, man, they really got this thing planned out. But the example is, for instance, if you're told to be careful, stay away from, there was like, a bunch of poisonous snakes. You got to be careful. Don't step in that area. You can be brave and go over there and, take your chances, whatever. But let's say you got bit on the leg, just a small little bite, and you got sick for the rest of the day, and they gave you the antidote, and you end up like the next day you're like, geez, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So there really isn't that big of a lesson. However, let's say they knew that this was going to happen, and so instead of getting over it quickly, I don't know. Hopefully this is going to make sense to you guys. But what it is they want this lesson to be so severe, it's almost like scaring us straight, and not for us to get it, because I'm not worried and I'm not afraid and everything. But I'm just saying, for those people that didn't quite get what was going on, they still don't get that we were and are being played. So part of that lesson is, like I'm using that snake bite example, is what they want it to be is look so deadly. It's like instead of you got over this bite in a day or two, they want it so that, for instance, you got a bite and it was so severe, your legs swelled up so badly, you passed out a few times, and you're severely sick for like a week, actually to the point where you almost died. And then you made a full recovery. Now, when you have those two lessons to learn from, if you got bit by a snake and you got over it in a day, you're gonna go, well, that wasn't that bad after all. But if you got bit by a snake and you were horribly sick for at least a week, and you almost died, and then you fully recovered, then you go, wow, now that's a lesson I'll never forget. I'll never do that again. That's kind of what they're doing with this situation we're in right now. They're showing the world how bad things not only could have been, but kind of are. Like they're kind of hinting like, wow, farmers trying to kill you. We're being played, we're being lied to, especially by the mainstream media. That is one of the bigger things that's going to fall really soon. They're letting it play out to the point where this is what they keep telling me anyway. It's going to be so bad that the mainstream media won't even be able to recover. Like it'll be exposed so badly that they were not only complicit in playing along with this plan to try to kill us and scare us, type of thing, but also they cannot be trusted at all. They're completely lying about a lot of things, let alone. And so this is coming to. It's almost like I use it as chapters, but this story line is coming to an end. Now, as you know, everything's in flux, it's still in play, but just, I guess the point I'm trying to make is, you guys don't freak out so much, because if you're in the know, you realize that this is, in a sense, kind of like just a movie being played out. It's like a storyline to help people wake up. This was going to be bad, but like I said, not only the smart people that figured it out, as well as a lot of good alliance of people that are behind the scenes fighting for us, have basically turned this narrative completely around, and we're going to learn a lesson from this. So I don't know, I guess what I'm getting at is, I know I've said this from day one, from my first videos, is like what we're moving into is something really, really good, but they're making us go through this experience to be a major, major lesson. And like I said, it's for everybody, for the whole world. They also explain that it's important to do this because we have genetic memory, not only in our cells in our DNA. It's like a disease in that way. How we get T cells. It's better to be sick and have your own immune system beat it off, because that's the strongest way to go through this. So that's kind of what we're doing. We're doing a genetic memory as well as a consciousness memory of this event that's happening. It's basically, we're waking up to the fact that we're being played, we're being used, and they're trying to kill us. But we're getting out of this, and we're going to recover. And like I said, it's the best way to fight off these things is have your own immune system. Well, same with our consciousness. It's better to have almost a near-death experience. And when you pull back from it, that is like, wow, you'll never forget this lesson. So that's kind of what we're going through right now. So don't be fearful. It's just kind of like a movie being played out. And the people that are the most afraid are the ones that are most brainwashed, and they don't realize what's going on. They're the ones that need to go through this the worst. I hate to say it. They need to be scared straight. So anyway, that's the best way I can kind of explain what's going on lately. So again, don't worry about it, because us that have got it, our positive consciousness is helping us not only break through this, because like I said, we've already kind of won, but help the sleepy get through this lesson. This is kind of like a karmic lesson for the universe too. You'll understand this more as this plays out. So, but anyway, don't worry so much, you guys. It's gonna look bad, but honestly, it's all about scaring us straight. Okay, that's my short little video for today. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.